I don't know what I did wrong in today's world, in today's day and age. I'm trying to figure out who the ops are and who would have this much hatred in their soul to just come after me and attack everything I love, everything I stand for, everything I preach, everything that I live. I got hated on and I don't know what to do about it. So I write fan fiction for fun. I think it's funny, I think it's stupid, but then I'm like, wait a minute, this could be a good story. Like, let me see what I got. Turns out I'm not the best at writing, but that's okay because I'm doing it for fun. I'm not doing it for profits. I'm not doing it because I think that my work is worth more than it is and like maybe I could capitalize off of it. That's not what I want to do. I just want to write for fun, and I don't see a problem with that. There's so many hobbies out there, and if this is my hobby, then so be it. I'm not hurting anyone. That's what I thought at least. Until someone was so mean to me that I don't know how to respond. So I feel like I owe it to this person to do an apology video. It doesn't make sense, but trust me, it does. In my heart, at least. So let me just start this off saying, I am a very sarcastic person. Sometimes I don't even mean most of the stuff I say. But when I mean, like, I'm honestly, like, sorry, I mean it. There is no sense of sarcasm in my voice when I truly desire to gain an understanding of what did I do wrong? Like, what did I do? What did I do that I'm so capable of, like, getting this amount of hatred to me? To make a long story frank, too long didn't read. Someone just left a hate comment on my fan fiction. What? So, I don't know if I told you this already, but I do have a few bit of hobbies. I love to crochet, I love to draw, I love digital art, I love doing random things, I love sewing. I'm very much into the arts. One of these arts is literature, and I'm not talking about Doki Doki Literature Club. No, no, no. I am talking about fan fiction. I love it. I read it when I was a teenager and I didn't have a care in the world. I didn't have a responsibility to take care of. So I loved fan fiction. I gained like a new world of readers and people who like interests, and they could do more with the fandom. They could read and people write them. So I saved the writing for later, but right now I'm focusing on the stories. I'm so inspired by everything I learned that I make my own story, and it's been something I've been thinking about for a long time because I've been reading fan fiction for a long time. And I just want to clarify, it's not a bad interest. You just, there's weirdos out there, obviously, everywhere. They're everywhere. But when it comes to fan fiction, I was learning everything, and it's like, dude, this is like, people spend so much time writing and putting time and effort to these fan fictions. They deserve to be read if they're good. And yeah, I keep that mentality, okay? And then I come up with my own story. And I'm living life. I decide, you know what? I'm gonna start doing social media for fun because everyone else is doing it. So when I'm like in middle school, I have an Instagram and I then make a spam account. So I have my main account and my spam account. And I decide to name my spam account Birdfood835. I do this because I'm very much inspired by Attack on Titan. I love Eren. I think he's like amazing. I've been watching AOT since I was 7 years old. It ended in my senior year of high school. My cap and gown was Attack on Titan themed. My ending quote when I graduated was, Emily Garcia would like to thank Hajime Isayama for creating Attack on Titan. I could have used that message throughout my assembly for my family. I could have thanked my mom for raising me to be the best person I could be. No, I decide I'm gonna send my senior year off with a shout out to Hajime Isayama. That's how much I care about this like anime. Like, I was up in atoms during like 2020 AOT fandom. Okay, I was there. And that's when I decided to do my TikTok called Birdfood85. Okay, my username is because, spoilers, it's bird. I like Eren. Food. You know how Titans, that's what Eren becomes, a bird. And I was like, you know what? He could eat me up because, he ate his dad. He ate others. Anyways. And it's like, oh, he could eat me up. What else is he? A bird. So I'm like, bird food. And 835 was the year that he was born, which isn't really a special number because everyone was born that year. So, yeah. That's why I got Bird Food 85. I named that my spam on Instagram, and I named that spam on my TikTok. Wait, no. I don't have a spam on TikTok. That's just my art account, which you won't know about. Anyways, so my main account on TikTok for everything is Bird55. That's the one I use every day. That's the one I post on publicly. That's the one that's always there. With Instagram, it was my main account and my spam for the close friends for like way more fewer people because I trust these people. That's Bird455, okay? So Bird455 is important on TikTok, Instagram, and I decide, wait, why don't I just use it on everything? And I did. So on my YouTube, it's Bird455. On everything else that I use, it's Bird455 that I know of. But yeah, when I write fan fiction, what's my username? Bird455. I make a fan fiction based on everything I told you about how I was inspired, how I loved AOT, how I made my own story. That's what I do, right? I hope I did. But if you need a quick recap, basically, I was into the Attack on Titan fandom. I was into the Clone High fandom. I don't know if you could tell. I look like Joan of Arc, but I act like a Gandhi. But I'm talking about Clone High, of course, not IRL. So, I'm in a lot of fandoms, one of them being Attack on Titan. I get on fan fiction, and I'm inspired by the greats, and at this time, everyone's talking about Frat Boy Aaron. Now, Frat Boy Aaron is basically the Sullivan in Monsters University. He walks in, he forgets a pencil. You got all that. Anyways, he's just a frat boy. I don't know why they made him a frat boy, but everyone digged it up. Everyone had like headcanons, which is like, oh, like, I think this person does this. So everyone was like, you know what? I think frat boy Aaron would have a tongue piercing. And there's these like, not stereotypes, but just like these cliches, if you will, of what you would expect in like frat boy Aaron. So what that is that in Attack on Titan, they're now like 19 years old, so they're older than me at this point. I was 14 when I found out about this. I'm their age now. I'm 19, believe it or not. So, yeah, you can believe it. I'm freaking old. I'm chopped. Anyways, so what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. Um, Attack on Titan. They're 19 years old. People decide, what if we made them like college students? Because that's like a college student age. And then you got modern fan fictions of YN, which is basically an acronym for your name. When you read a fan fiction, instead of like saying a random name that's not yours, they type in your/name, meaning you put your name. So YN, abbreviated, is your name, which is supposed to be like a substitute for your name. So because of that, you got fan fiction, which is like, it's between ships, ex-readers, XOC, X self-inserts, it's all of that, you know? So the one I'm interested in is X-Reader, which is why I brought your name. So it's Aaron X-Reader. That means it's an Attack on Titan fan fiction about Aaron from Attack on Titans. Anyways, Aaron from Attack on Titans, X-Reader. Your name is the reader. You're the reader, your name. So that's what we're having with. But now people are like, you know what? They're 19. We could make them like university. So they do this. Attack on Titan college universe. Or university universe. I don't know. Anyways, it's college AU, which means that Aaron is now a frat boy. Armin is most of the times like a tutor or Aaron's ex best friend or Ryan's ex. Armin's just always mostly like a substitute in this. Yeah, he's a tutor. He's always a nerd. Mikasa is always goth Mikasa because, you know, we have that modern fic that, not modern fanfiction, what the heck? That modern AU that actually does exist in the Attack on Titan universe because Hajime Isayama drew goth Mikasa, nerd Armin, there was a little comic about it. It was cute. Okay, but that was when they were like 14 or 15. Anyways, so Armin is referred to as Nerdman, and Aaron is just frat boy Aaron. You have that archetype. Jean, he's like a mixed bag because you got fanfictions like OK Bambi, which super popular by the way. So people like make their own like archetypes of these characters, their own original character variants, if you will. The way how Clone High works, it's historical figures, in this case like actual characters, but they're making them in their own way. Does that make sense? Instead of like them being the same person, it's kind of a clone. So I have the actual Aaron, but I make a clone of him, and now he's a frat boy. Exactly how Clone High works, okay? So we have that premise, and people are making fan fictions about it, and this is what I'm reading. I make my own story, I make it into a fan fiction, I type it all up, and I post it, and I go back on TikTok, and I make a TikTok, and I post it. And I do that because I was so passionate about this. Like, I've had a bad life, but it's wonderful, it's great. I wouldn't live any other one. But when I tell you that I was sad, and that's okay. But that doesn't mean I put everything that I went through on this like fan fiction as a form of escapism. I do it because I thought it was a cool story in my head that I made as a kid, you know? I've had this story for years and it was just rooting up in there. And I was like, am I ever gonna publish this out? Am I ever gonna do this in the real world? What am I? You know what I'm saying? So I post it thinking it's a good story. And it goes on. I'm advertising it on my TikTok account, Bird455. I'm like, hey guys, I made a TikTok. It's called Your Turn by Bird455. It's an Attack on Titan fan fiction based on a college setting based on Aaron, except he's not a frat boy in this one. In fact, no. Armin, yeah, the nerd, he's your roommate. And since he loves the ocean, I'm gonna make him a surfer. I'm gonna make him a lifeguard. He's a marine biology major. He's still a nerd. He still likes video games. He just surfs in the morning because he has better things to do. He's your roommate. And obviously, you guys have a thing for each other. But you meet his best friend, Aaron, and you're like sneaking between the two. You're sneaking around. You're seeing the both of them. They don't know it. And very much so, you're playing them. And I wrote that because in every single, like, fan fiction that I know of, that I heard of, not every one of them, but the majority of them, Aaron's cheating on you. I've read a few where Aaron's actually loyal, but in most Attack on Titan college AUs with Aaron, he's cheating on Wyan, and I'm not gonna apply for that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna write one for just as a joke, for the fun of it. I'm gonna make Wyan do all the dirty work. I'm gonna make her play like her cards. She's gonna play her cards right, and that's like a major theme. That's like a major theme in it, like her playing her cards right, because she's playing both of them. And I don't care if it's cringe. I don't care if it's unrealistic for me to pull them, because who cares? It's just for the fun of it all. It's just a man, Lorelai. No, he's not. That's how I feel about this. It's like, dude, it's just a fan fiction. And the person hating on me is like, no, it's not. You suck. And it's like, what did I do wrong? So this is an apology for that person. So I published my fan fiction, my advertising for it. I get comments that mean so much to me, and I think about them so often because they keep me going. Not all the time, like I don't need them, but I'm so grateful that they were given to me, and I think of them because like I didn't need this, but you gave it to me, and I will cherish it forever. So I thank you, reader. You're the best. Yeah. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I publish it, people are loving it. I'm at 3,000 hits, but recently life's been kind of a bummer, but that's okay. I told you, life is amazing and it's worth the living. And you gotta take the bad with the good. So when I have my bad moments, I just condone it. I just roll with it because I know it's gonna get better. I know I'm gonna see the end of the rainbow. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have sunshine and rainbows, but in order to have it, you have to even it out with like thunder and clapping. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that means. Anyways, basically what I'm saying is, in order to live a good life, you have to acknowledge the bad parts too. You're just gonna have to go through them. You're gonna push through. It's gonna get better. That's what life's all about to me, at least. I'm always gonna get better. But right now, I'm not going through that right now, and that's okay. I do have a relationship. I do have a boyfriend. I've been with him since I was like 15. We turn 20 next year. Okay, we're going on 4 years soon. We've been we've been dating for almost 4 years, but we met like before our birthdays. So it looks like we known each other for 5 when we actually known each other for 4. But we are 3 years right now. I do hit 4 years in March. And yeah, we're locked in, but sometimes we do have our faults, and that's okay. One time we did break up for like 10 hours, but that was like we're 3 years of knowing each other. It was just 10 hours. We couldn't last, okay? So I'm going through a thing right now with him, not because I did anything wrong or because he did anything wrong. One of us wasn't feeling the right, like, mentally, and we wanted the other person to feel validated, and my boyfriend was actually the one to like feel the bad. And he was telling me, like, I don't want to put you in a situation where you feel like you're unworthy of anything because I can't give it to you. I'm just really feeling like this way right now because I'm mentally drained from this factor in my life, which isn't you, but it's something else. And he told me about it, like, personally. And I had to reassure him. I was like, I'm going to be there for you when you're going through hard times. Like, I'm not just going to leave because you can't give me your full attention. I want you to focus on things that are important. And your mental health is important. So focus on that. I'm not going to leave you over that. I'm not going to say you're the worst boyfriend over that. And that really, like, reassured him that we got this. So now I'm calmed down through this week because, Yeah, I'm a broke college student. Get over it. It's not my fault that I lost my job and people aren't hiring. You think I haven't applied to places? You think I don't fill in my resume? They don't want me. So for the time being, I'm gonna study. I'm gonna do my best in my college years or whatever. I'm doing my best for lectures, assignments, my semesters. I'm on the dean's list, okay? I got this. I do go through things in school. It's really hard, it's really time consuming, and trust me, I got things to do. I do have assignments, I do have midterms, I do have essays, I do have exams. Doesn't mean I can't have fun. I know how it feels, trust, and that's why I do this. I'm allowed to have fun while I'm in college, even though people aren't hiring. If I did have a job, I'd be the same way. Even when I did have a job, I was out here like thinking on my stories. I was joking about it. I made memes about it. And yeah, I never changed. I did have a job at some point, and I was still the same person. I got a cardboard cutout of Aaron as a Christmas gift. That's how you know I love this guy. And I wrote things before. I just haven't published them to the world. I told my friends about these stories that I used to think in my head that I wrote down on a piece of on a piece of my iPad. I did not write it down on paper. Anyways, I drew art of it, of concepts of it. I tried to make it a comic. It didn't work through, but I always told my friends about the story, even if when I changed it. I'd always tell them. I just didn't upload it to the world for the whole world to see. And yeah, um, I was always like that, and I had a job at that point. So it's not like I've changed because I'm like spiraling down unemployment. I am financially, but not mentally. You just, sometimes life kicks you in the buns and you put through it. But it's not because, of this thing that happened to me. It's just that's how it is sometimes, and that's okay. So, I'm not doing the best mentally, as in, like, I'm not there for everything or every situation. There's so much going on in the world with, like, politics, with every world issue. There's just a lot. And I think about that. I want the best for everything. I want everything to be okay. And that takes a toll on you mentally. When you're looking up what's going on and thinking about your life, how you're going to be affected, how your family's going to be affected, that gets to you. All right? Trust me, that gets to you. So I'm going through that. My friends, they're amazing, but sometimes I don't want to talk to my friends about it because, that's not their place. That's not their job. I'm supposed to take care of myself. So I take care of myself by doing my hobbies, by doing things that makes me happy, all that jazz. I'm going through things with my boyfriend because he's going through a rough patch, and I had to reassure him that I'm going to be there for him and how he's going to be there for me. You might be thinking, why isn't he there for you? He is there for me. Just him existing alone makes me feel better about things, okay? He's my goat. Anyways, so that's how my week's been going, and it's bad, but it's gonna get better, and I know it will. In fact, I've calmed down because I worked things out with my boyfriend. I had that long conversation with him, which means that we're good, so I feel way much better about that. When it comes to the real world, I can't, I can't, like, not deny what's going on right now, but there's always hope out there, okay? The federal judge just told that president, hey, you better stop with the SNAP thing, and you better fix it by November, and it's November, so fix it. I saw that, and that cheered me up a bit, but I know there's still world issues going on. And what did that kid say? He was like, bro, can we talk about the political state of the world right now? Bro! I know how that is, okay? I'm aware. But that's how I feel sometimes. It's like, oh my gosh. Anyways, that was my whole mental issue thingy. And then my friends, they're great, but it's like, I don't want to talk about that with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about my issues, the world issues, and my relationship issues, all of my friends. So I do my hobbies, which is great. So I'm okay mentally. I know I am. And I uploaded my fan fiction just because I finished my schoolwork. I worked things out with my boyfriend. I've heard good news. And yeah, I had time for once to write down. Because at this point right now, I'm on chapter 9 of my fan fiction. I've been writing for months. And yeah, I got great reviews, even though I'm aware that the fan fiction is bad. I leave author notes saying, like, sorry guys if it's bad. I'm sorry if it's bad. I know it's bad. I know my grammar. The way I talk, the way how I like speak at times. It's not the best. I know I talk for too long. And yeah, I'm aware. Which is why I type in my fan fiction, I'm sorry if this sucks, okay? I'm aware I'm a bad writer. I'm not doing it to be the best Stephanie Meyer, I'm doing it because it makes me happy not fully, like, it's not the main reason, but it brings me joy, and I'm glad it brings me joy. So I published my fan fiction like a few months ago. I'm hyping it up on my TikTok. I'm posting. I didn't post for like a week because I had things going on in my life, and I told the people this. I told the people this when I wrote the chapter yesterday. It was 5 hours long, and it was November 6th. Anyways, it was November 6th when I typed and wrote that chapter 9, a 5,000 word count fan fiction chapter that I wrote in a day. I published that, and at the very bottom I put, sorry if it sucks, I had this going on in my life. I upload it, and now it's November 7th, and someone leaves a hate comment. And I'm used to getting hate on, like on TikTok, I get hate on all the time. That's fine, I don't care. I get called a torta, I get called chopped, I get called lots of things. Someone got on my nerves one time. Someone done commented AOT is mid. You could call me fat, you could call me a torta, you could call me ugly. What we're not gonna do is say that AOT is mid. You watch your tone, you watch your mouth. Anyways, that was what I was really mad about. So I get a hate comment today on November 7th. Yesterday I submitted my fanfiction chapter 9. It was on November 6th, and now it's November 7th. And someone leaves a hate comment, and you might be thinking, dude, it's just a hate comment. You went on for that long checking for a hate comment? That's what's bothering you? Once I read it, you're gonna know why. Because this is what this person said about me. They done said, well, hold up, I gotta find it. And I quote, "The sheer lack of grounding in reality is a telltale sign that the writer hasn't held down a proper job in months. This is unemployment fiction 101. Create a perfect world because yours is a dumpster fire. Stop running and start applying for anything. This pathetic escapism is just postponing the inevitable crash." What did I do? Oh my gosh, and that brings me to my whole point. I apologize to Oat Flower for typing, for existing, for acknowledging what makes me like, I don't know, for acknowledging my work. I'm sorry that my fanfiction was so awful that you had to leave such a comment like that. Bro, who are you? I'm really sorry that I wrote my fanfiction Your Turn by Bird285 on AO3. I'm sorry that I thought it was a good story enough for people to read. I'm sorry that I acknowledged that. Hold up. Where is it? I need to hurry up. Oh my god, it's going on for way too long. How much word counts am I at? Okay, my fanfiction is at 100,000, 15,811. Wait, 111, 5,000, 115,000. That's the word. 115,811 people read this thing. No, wait, that's a word count. I'm so sorry. So 115,811 words in this fanfiction. I just wrote 5,000 yesterday. I have 9 out of 10 chapters completed because I promised the audience I was doing 10 chapters. 18 comments, most of them based on different chapters. 50 kudoses. And 32 bookmarks. And you don't want to know how many people read my fanfiction? 3,577. And I acknowledge them. And I'm so grateful for them that people gave me the opportunity to give them a story that I know isn't the best. That I know that could be delivered way better if someone else had this concept. That would do way more with it than just write about it on some website for fan works. I'm aware that it's not perfect. That's why I'm so grateful for the 3,500 other people. 525,000, I'm searching for a number, so give me a minute to correct it. It was 3,500 something, I don't know, but it was around 3.5k people who read my fic, and I want them to know that it's terrific. I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to thank them for like being there. They're reading it, you know? So it's not like the fanfiction's bad. People comment sometimes that my fanfiction's really good, and they get disappointed when they find out that like YN didn't end up with Armin in my fanfiction. It's an Aaron X reader. And I got a hate comment before that says don't tag side ships. When I made this, I very much said this is my first time using AI3, and I apologize for any mistakes I will make. I let them know ahead of time, and I think I deleted it because at some point I didn't need to because I figured out how it worked. I just didn't change my mistakes, and I let them stay there as a verification of, hey, this is my first time using AI3 as I stated before. But now I got rid of that message because, you know, I knew how to work it now. I just didn't fix my mistakes. So I still had side ships on the tags, and I apologize to the person that commented that. So sorry that I forgot to take off the tags. I fixed it today as I read your comment. But then someone commented about me, about my lifestyle, that I'm gonna face an inevitable crash? That's messed up. And I'm so sorry that I hurt you that badly. I don't know who you are or what you want with me, but what I do know is that you went out of your way to go to a freaking website based on fan fiction, to go under that, to go under something that I wrote, that I started like 2 months ago, to comment that about me, to comment that this is what unemployment does to a person. It doesn't. Well, how do I say this? Yes, I've been unemployed for months, but no one's hiring. And even if I did have a job, I'm still the same person I am now. Nothing's changed. I just uploaded it for people to see. I've always had this story. I've always had something written down for like these stories that I write. I just don't upload them. I've been writing fan fiction since I started, dimwits. When I was 15, I was writing a Luffy X reader, and I accidentally shared it to my Spanish teacher, okay? And I kicked her off the document. Just hope you guys know that. But like it's the principle that I've been like this, even when I had a job, even when I never had a job, even when I lost my job, even now. I'm still the same person. My gosh. But still, I got lots of lovely comments saying that this fanfiction is so good by the same person, by the same two people. And they make me have a smile on my face each time I doubt myself, thinking no one's gonna read this because I know they will, because they reassure me with their comments. But someone really like went there to say something so mean. They done said like the sheer lack, all caps on the lack, all caps on the dumpster fire, and all caps on anything. I'm so sorry. I really am. I don't know what else to tell you. For whatever I did wrong, if I know you IRL, I really want to have a serious talk because, oh my god, ain't no way I'm that much of an impact to you. Think about it. It's bird food 8 through 5. If you knew me IRL and you had to go on AO3 to find me, I feel really bad for you. I really do. But if you're just some person online and I left you a hate comment before, or like we argued online, because I do argue online with people, I do leave hate comments, I am a hater, but I don't go to the level of searching up someone's username on a website, going on there to see their work, going on there to something they've been writing for 2 months and publishing out for the public, to leave a hate comment like that, to type in all caps for a few words, and as I put it, someone said, bro, you type like Greg Heffley. You do. I don't do that in my fanfiction. Well, I probably do, who knows. But like, what do you have to gain from this? Is this the reaction you want out of me? And if it is the reason, are you happy that you have it now? Because I am really sorry that I did this to you. I don't know what I did to you if you wanted to gain something out of me. I truly apologize for being one of the best people that loves Eren Yeager. I don't play about Eren, like Tatakai, all that stuff. How could I do such a thing to you to affect you so personally that you come after a fan fiction? See how ignorant that is? If you really hated me, you would just ignore me out of your life completely. But I must linger in your mind. I must some way haunt the narrative to you for you to go to my personal life, to go on my personal platform, to leave a comment like that. Are you kidding me? That's how much I wish I cared. I'm just kidding. I do care a lot. But it's the fact that I care that I left an impact. I didn't know I was that much of a mean spirit to you. How much hatred must you have to do that to someone? Because I can't find that in my spirit or in my soul. I can't. I leave hate comments. I get on online debates, but I say it to their face on their like, so they know who I am. They know who they're arguing with. My platform is public. Everyone knows who I am. If you do a dig deep or whatever, if you're searching deep down inside, you'll find out who I am. You'll just figure out that I'm like a college student. I don't have a job right now, but I did have one for 2 years. And yeah, I'm just a college girl, a little Mexican. I'm 19. I have a boyfriend. I have amazing friends. I might not have a lot of them, but the many that I have, they mean so much to me, okay? I'm into a lot of interesting things. I love a lot of shows. I love a lot of video games. I love a lot of things and movies and the things that everyone else loves. I'm one of the many. I'm not so special, but I'm like everyone else, you know? What do the Incredibles say? With everyone super, no one will be. I'm very much one of those, you know, like I'm the every person, I want to say, you know. No, I'm not. Anyways, it's just like I'm a random person. Dude, I'm just random. There's no way in the power of anything I'm that important for you to leave a hate comment on my fan fiction. And I'm really sad about this because when I told the people this, the people that I love, I told my friend, I was like, "Hey, by the way, I just want you to know that someone was really mean to me on the internet. They left a hate comment on my fan fiction. They're like, oh, dude, it's just a hate comment." I read it to them, and they're shocked. They think this is big. Well, they really don't. But it's like the fact like that someone left a hate comment on a fan fiction website. They think that's stupid, and that's exactly how I feel. It's stupid that someone left a comment on there, but I can't fix what happened. I can't change anything. Someone left a hate comment on my freaking like fan fiction. I'm sorry. I don't know what I did to you. So please, the person who wrote that, your name is Oatwater? Is that, wait, no, hold up. I'm gonna search up this person right now. Okay. The person was freaking, hold up. Oat flour. Oat flour? Are you kidding me? I think I could get an idea of who did this just on my personal life. But dude, if that's the case, if this is the person I'm thinking about, pay back that $200 before you start talking trash. And if you know that story, you know that story. My IRLs very much know some of that story because I would tell it to people because I told nothing but the truth. Anything but the truth. All of the above. That's all I spoke. I never told a lie once, and I have every single screenshot I have to prove it. So if it's that person I'm thinking of, dude, just pay back that $200. Stop hating on me. Anyways, that's what I'm assuming. But if it's not this person, then like, who else could it be? Is this like a person I argued with online? Because if so, it's like, dude, I freaking won that debate if you have to go that low. I forgot about you and moved on. But now I'm reminded of you, if this is the case, of what you did to make me drop a hate comment on you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that deep, you know? But it's either that IRL or someone online, or maybe it was this mutual that I had. But I don't think she would do such a thing because, you know, she's very much a nice person. You know what I'm saying? It's not like she defended a person who recently went away in September and reposted a dumb video that said, if you were to ask me who I promote, Jefferson has my vote. And the caption is like, if you were to ask me if I was sad about Kirk or not, I would tell you that I was sad. Because he was a person, he was a father, his kids were there, even though they weren't. So I blocked the mutual based on that repost, because, like, I'm not going to put up with that, you know? And I did get into online debates about that when that happened. So, like, if it's someone like that, then, like, I wouldn't think they would go that low to go on AO3 of all places, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that mutual, because she was on AO3, and she knew everything about me and Aaron, okay? I have an Aaron collection, okay? I'm not going to pull it up right now. But if I did, yeah, I'm gonna waste time. I'm not gonna do all that. But I do have it. Anyways, so yes, that's all I wanted to say. I apologize to to any person if you were either my IRL op, someone online that I debated, or like my mutual that I also didn't debate because I hated like her in general for that repost, and other people who reposted that stuff and I argued with them. So we got like Kirk Nation coming after me, or like the mutual, which I doubt. It's very much not that. It's either like someone I debated online or this IRL, or maybe another IRL that I have that like I have beef with. And if so, talk to me. I just want to know, like, dude, you went that low, you know what I'm saying? But if it's like an online person that just did it over a freaking comment I left, I'm really like sorry. Like that sucks, you know? Like that's awful. I must have really done a number on you for you to do that. But I don't know. I'm really sorry. And whoever wrote this, Oat Flower, was it? My fault, twin. I did not know you hated me that badly. But I hope you have a good day. That's all I wanted to say. And by the way, I don't know. Just know that I'm sorry for my fanfiction. And if you want to read it, it's called Your Turn by Bird45. Not the person I'm talking to right now. I'm talking to you. It sucks. There's a lot of times where I mention that, hey guys, I'm not all there writing this, by the way. I'm gonna break the fourth wall by accident today. And I let them know ahead of time in case if I mess up. I let them know if I'm busy. I let them know what's going on in my life. I tell them a bit because I feel vulnerable enough to be like, oh my gosh, I trust the people reading this because I get so much support, which is a mistake on my part. But even without that, I'm honest. I'm an honest John. I'm an honest person, okay? And when I mean I'm sorry, I'm really sorry that my fanfiction sucks. But if you do want to check it out, it's called Your Turn by Bird835 on AO3. It's about a college AU based on Eren and all the Attack on Titan people, the scouts at least, you know, the teenagers, the 19-year-olds. It's about them and the reader, which is you, your name. And it's your turn to read your turn. I named it that because one of the characters says it, and yeah. It's about an Eren ex-reader, Armin's your roommate, so there's a love triangle, but not really a love triangle. It's a liar reveal plotline. Those suck all the time, I know. But I just wanted to write one where YN was evil, because I'm tired of Eren cheating in these goddamn fanfictions I'm talking about. So, it's very much that. That's the plot. Eren's your roommate. Wait, no. Armin, yes, Armin Arler is your roommate, and Eren is his best friend, but you meet Eren by coincidence, and you start seeing both of them at the same time, and they don't know it. And that's why there's a whole liar reveal plot. It's not good. I just wrote that chapter yesterday, and it was bad, and it was so bad that someone left a hate comment. Anyways, that's the plot of it. I hope you check it out. Next week is going to be the last chapter. I may do an epilogue. I am going to edit the whole fanfiction when I finish the 10 out of 10 chapters because it's really bad. Like, I am going out of my way to fix it once the fall semester ends because I don't do winter semesters because I can't afford it because of FAFSA. And if you're hiring, please hire me so I could put a silence on this person's hate comment, because if they want me to get a job this bad, I will. I've been searching for a job. No one's hiring me. And yeah, I need to get money, guys. I need a job. I'm in college. I don't want to work a 9 to 5. Like, no, wait. I don't want to work a side part job as a full-time student. And then once I graduate, I'm still at that job. I want to work part-time, but to make enough money to get by, as well as being a full-time student, because I'm in school. I'm in sociology, okay? I have all A's right now. I do. I just did like 2 analysis essays right now today. I spent some time with them a few days beforehand, but like, just to verify, I submitted 2 today, and my grades, all A's. Once she grades them, I don't know how it's gonna go. But I could sit there and tell you right now, I'm on the dean's list. I had 3.5 last semester, okay? I would have had all A's if my stupid comps professor didn't come after me because I skipped 1 class, okay? I need to stop saying that. Anyways, I skipped 1 class and she didn't grade one of my assignments that was worth 20 points. So my grade was originally going to go to an 80%, but because she didn't do like 2 assignments, they were 20 points each, my grade ended up being a 60%, which dropped it to a C. So I was all A's throughout the whole semester, but because she didn't grade 2 assignments, I was at a 60, making me at a C. So my GPA went to a 3.5, but I'm still on the dean's list, you know what I'm saying? This semester is really good. I think it's like week 10 right now, and hey, I'm still on the dean's list. I have all A's right now. All of my assignments aren't graded yet, so I'm speaking pretty soon. But for week 10 to still have all A's, that's pretty great. And I'm glad I'm doing good in school. I'm glad I work things out with my boyfriend, and I'm glad I have amazing friends. And if I want to write a fan fiction, so be it. So I apologize. I really do. That was about it. I don't know what else to tell you other than I'm really sorry to the person who left that comment. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. But just talk to me. Reach out to me. Akuna Matata, you know? Like, oat flour. What did I do wrong? I don't know what. Like, please, if you want to hate on me more, if you want to go all in on me, like, I really mean it. If you want to tear into me and tell me everything you hate. Tell me everything you loathe about me. Don't be afraid to reach out. You don't gotta do it on an Attack on Titan fan fiction. You don't gotta do it in my comment section on a website based on fictional work. Are you kidding me? Just text me on my inbox. I get hate comments all the time if you think I can't handle it. Like, people call me torta, people call me chopped, people call me ugly, people call me unk. But what you cannot do is say that AOT is mid. That's where I draw the line. Anyways, just talk to me. I get comments, like mean comments all the time, okay? I do. So, yeah, don't be afraid to reach out to me. If you want to argue with me, meet me at bird455 on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. But like, seriously though, like, just text me. I'll apologize. Whatever I did wrong, let me know. It's all gonna be good. But for reals this time, that's enough. That's enough of me. But I'm really serious though. Like, you should really check out my fan fiction to see how much this person like had hating on me. I understand hating on my fan fiction. It's awful. If you leave me a hate comment, I agree with you all the time. But to go that low, is it that bad? Yeah, probably. But you have to remember, I said I was gonna edit it, so trust me, it's gonna be fixed at some point. But until then, dude, I'm sorry. Just talk to me. We'll work it out, and we'll give each other a goodnight kiss. I'm joking. We won't. Not at all. But like, we'll end it off on a good note. Good note. Okay, that was it. Bye!